Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Caitlin Hill. I'm the Prestige Brand Ambassador for Rémy Cointreau, Africa, Middle East, and India. And today I'm going to give you a virtual masterclass on Cointreau. And I hope you enjoy. If there are any questions, please do follow up with me afterwards. I'll make my Instagram handle available, and anything else you may need, you're more than welcome to get in contact with me. Thank you so much for joining, and today we'll be going through the Cointreau Masterclass. First and foremost, we'll be discussing the art of Cointreau. And we're French, but we are not international. We're a distillery born in 1849, founded by two of the Cointreau brothers, Alfred and Adolphe. Cointreau is a family brand and has been from the very beginning. As much as Cointreau is French, it is yet international maison, so an international house. And we are born and raised in France, in the Loire Valley of Angers, the cradle of the Cointreau family. One and only production site in the world, so it's never been made anywhere else. And it is part of the Rémy Cointreau group, which I work for since 1989. So we have three historical dates. 1849 is the birth of the distillery, as mentioned earlier, and then we have the trademark of the brand, which was in 1885. And then in 1913, you would have seen that we were very first time mentioned in a cocktail book. So one thing that's really interesting about Cointreau is it is an iconic bottle. You can recognize it anywhere in the world. It will generally be on almost every bar and restaurant. And it's pretty much one of the very first to actually be square. And the four corners will always remind you of the ingredients, the fact that it's available in all parts of the world. And so we have a timeless and iconic bottle inspired by the perfume codes since 1885, thanks to Edward Cointreau. And we have four corners for four ingredients: water, neutral alcohol, sugar, and orange peel distillates. And the amber-colored bottle to contrast with crystal clear liquid, which you'll see a little bit later on. And then the bottle itself is made with 80% of recycled glass, which is really important for us. This is Carole Quinton. She is our master distiller, and she's an engineer and an artist. And as master distiller, she is at the heart of our savoir-faire. She's in charge of the selection and the blend of the bitter and sweet orange peels. And the distillation is also managed by Carole Quinton in hybrid pot stills, following the model established by Edward Cointreau. Now we'll move on to the art of making. So first and foremost, we need to start with our oranges. What sets Cointreau apart from other triple sec or orange liqueurs is that we use naturally grown oranges, so there's no synthetic flavoring. And the selection of orange peels is quite rigorous. We only use bitter and sweet orange peels. And they're coming mostly from Ghana, Brazil, Spain, Morocco, and Tunisia. So one of Carole Quinton's jobs is to kind of make sure that these are of the standard and quality to produce our spirit. And then the art of harmony, which is the perfect aromatic balance and a constantly reinvented blend adapted to orange. Of course, orange peels are not going to be the same every year, but it is the perfect balance between bitter and sweet. And then the art of distillation is the next part of making. The distillation ritual remains unchanged since 1885. We use the original 11 red copper alembics designed by Edward. These are our stills, and then the unique combination of a pot still and a column. So the art of distillation starts with pot still peels, the loading of that, and then we use water and alcohol. We've got pot still heating, which is of course with steam. Then the distillation is a hybrid between copper pot and still and column. And then we've got Cointreau heart, which is what we are desiring, and we bring that down to bottling strength at 40%. So we have pure water, neutral alcohol, which is made from sugar beets, and then we also use sugar from the beets, and then we have the essences of the sweet and bitter orange peels. One of the things that's really noteworthy about Cointreau for us is that it is crystal clear, it's perfect brilliance, and it's got a limpidity. And then we have a large fragrance palette with more than 40 olfactory notes within Cointreau. zesty toppy notes, fruity and floral heart notes, and then your spicy base notes. That just means that you could smell about 40 different things in Cointreau. And then the high concentration of natural orange essences in Cointreau can be seen by adding a touch of water. As you can see pictured here, you can see the oiliness in the liquid, and then also how you've got that around the glass as well. And then of course, at the heart of everything with Cointreau, you've got the art of mixology. So we've got the 4 iconic cocktails that Cointreau features in. The White Lady, which started in 1919. The Margarita, which became apparent in 1948. The Sidecar from 1922. And the Cosmopolitan from 1988. These are 4 iconic cocktails that are made with Cointreau by name with their recipe. Out of this, you've got the Margarita that we focus on, and that's because it's the 8th best-selling cocktail in the world, globally. And the Margarita was designed originally with Cointreau, which you'll see just now. So Cointreau is the leader of the cocktail culture since 1930 and is literally part of each family of cocktails, showing its great versatility. And the unique taste and purity of its essence make it an intense liqueur even at low dosage. And it's very easy to work with within cocktails, and it's the ingredient of more than 500 classic cocktails. So these are the kind of, I guess, breakdown, if you will, of the 40 different aromas that you could smell in Cointreau. So that breaks down into zesty, vegetal, floral, fruity, spicy, gourmet, and even animal. So here you'll see Margarita Sames enjoying a Cointreau Margarita. She is the original designer of the Margarita and was a bit of a socialite who loved to host parties. And she designed one of these for a party that she hosted back in the day. And the original recipe requires 30 mils of Cointreau, 50 mils of Blanco tequila, and 20 mils of fresh lime juice with a salt rim. So again, because of the 4 corners of the bottle, you can remember 4 ingredients for our favorite cocktail, the Margarita. So as mentioned, the original Margarita was created by Margaret Sames, an American socialite known for hosting notoriously lavish parties. And of course, it only takes 4 ingredients to create the perfect Margarita: tequila, Cointreau, lime, and a salt rim. So according to a third-party study, a Margarita made with Cointreau has a superior aromatic intensity, a longer finish in the palate, and is a lot fresher. And trust me, if you taste 2 different margaritas made with 2 different triple secs, you really can notice a huge difference, not only in the aroma, but also in the way that it tastes. As mentioned before, Margarita ranks number 8 in the best-selling cocktail around the world, with the US in lead position, followed by Australia, and then France at number 5 and UK at number 6. Salt is the easiest way to do a twist on an original Margarita. And so one thing I love to do is collect different salts from around the world, and you can really just do various twists with this. And I know that India's got some amazing options. But salt isn't, like one type of salt isn't the only one. You know, you've got various different types. Egyptian salt, Persian salt, black salt, pink salt. There's so many different things. You could also create your own salt, maybe adding in some herbs or some citrus. If you are able to play around with it, it definitely makes a huge difference. And then Cointreau in today's bartending. We work really often with a few bartenders on a global scale. You'll see a couple of videos from Toby Cecchini, who is the designer of the original Cosmopolitan, which of course was designed with Cointreau. You've got Rémy Savage, who's a global bartender. And then we've got different trends. So look at your local low alcohol content cocktails. Here's a recommendation with Cointreau, port, and tonic. Another one would be your hard seltzer. So we've got a Cointreau fizz or a homemade soda, where you could do water, coffee, cardamom, and vanilla pods. or you could do Cointreau with sparkling water and fresh lime. And then we've got food pairing. So it's a growing trend everywhere, or something that's constantly happening. It's preferably around cold food, as not all bar can heat their meal. A good way to create a new aromatic experience, and it has a great business generator for bartenders. For some recommendations, you've got red onion and beans, avocado with a ceviche, salted popcorn, and mezcal jelly. And then you could break it down into maybe seasonal availabilities, and these are just some recommendations. And you can find all of these recipes on our website. And then also you've got the carbonated cocktails. So maybe looking at something like a sparkling Cosmo, or even a carbonated margarita could be quite cool. And then to talk about how to taste Cointreau, or how each individual tastes things, there's a little bit more information on this as well. So this is your olfactory, and basically the tongue represents 20% of taste, and olfaction actually represents 80% of taste, and that's smelling before tasting. But of course, taste is individual, so I recommend that you smell and look at Cointreau on your own time. One thing that is important is to always choose a good tasting glass, and then to tilt your glass horizontally to organize the aromas in layers, and then smell vertically to identify each layers, as well as change the nostril, because each one of your nostril has its own sensitivity. And then just to sum up some information that we've covered, the French unique orange liqueur, more than 170 years of French savoir-faire. It's versatile, more than 40 aromatic notes, and we only use natural orange essences. It's the leader of the cocktail culture since 1913, a key element in over 500 cocktails, and the original ingredient of the original margarita. Thank you so much for going through that presentation. Next, I'll show you how to make a cocktail. So the original margarita is a fantastic cocktail to really bring out Cointreau, but there's something that we could do that's also quite simple to make for yourself at home, or even if you're just looking for something nice to quickly make for a guest when bars are available to be open. And I call it the CCT. It's the Cointreau Coffee and Tonic. It's a bit of a twist on the trend of coffee and tonic being something nice to drink. Coffee always breaks down that sweetness in the tonic, and so to start off, we'll need some ice in our glass, then a double shot of Cointreau, you can use the same amount of coffee or espresso, and then just chopped off with some tonic water. Give it a nice stir. Super easy. If you had like a dehydrated orange, it would probably make a nice garnish, or even a slice of fresh orange, just to bring out the fact that it is an orange liqueur. And there you have Cointreau Coffee Tonic. Santé. Delightful. Thank you so much for joining me. If you need any more information, please do look at our website, our Instagram, and you're also welcome to get in touch with me on my Instagram, which is Royally Rant. And I look forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you.